So it's time for one of those top 2024 Toyota Tacoma mod videos. You know, the kind where the YouTube expert gets on here and tells you what he thinks are the top mods for the 2024 Tacoma. Now, first of all, let me say these are the mods that I personally think are the best for the 2024 Tacoma. Now, obviously, I realize you might think differently, and that's okay, because what I want you to do is leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Let's just do one. What you think is the top mod for the 2024 Tacoma. So let's go ahead and get into my list. Number one has to be the lift. You know, I don't have a huge lift on this truck. Matter of fact, I don't even really have a full lift. What I have is a leveling lift. What that means is the front end was brought up a bit to level out the truck. Every Toyota Tacoma comes like it's wanting to dive into the ground, right? Not my truck. My truck is lifted in the front, which does a couple of things. One, obviously, is, as I mentioned, to level out the truck. The other is to enable me to put a little bit bigger tire up there in the front with a little bit more offset or wheel poke, which is just the way I like it, right? Without rubbing. You never want any rubbing, and don't ever leave a shop where the tech says you might have a little bit of rubbing. You should never have any rubbing if the job is done right or you're running the right setup on your Tacoma. Next up, number two, the wheels and tires. Goes right along with the lift, right? And if you're wondering why I keep looking over there, it's because I have a list. You don't think I can remember all these things, do you? Anyway, the wheels and tires. You know, I had, I guess, Toyota wheels put on when I did the lift. It was part of the package, which I have since sold, so I've recouped my money, or at least some of it. But I didn't like the look. I love the wheels themselves, don't get me wrong. They were the TRD black wheels, but they didn't have any wheel poke on them, and I should have known. You know, an OEM is never going to give you anything that's out of spec, if you will, that stands outside of the fenders. They're not going to do that. Now, I could have gone with wheel spacers. I thought about it, but I wanted something that had natural wheel poke. Yeah, I'm just coining that term right now, natural wheel poke. What I'm talking about is getting the tires outside of the fender wells a little bit, outside of the fenders. Nothing extreme. I don't think mine is extreme, although if you look at some of the comments from when I first did it, you might think so. But in person, I'm telling you, it's really not all that extreme. I love the look. I went with Falcon Wild Peaks. Of course, they're wrapped in a 285/65 R18 tire. Not the biggest you can put on. I know, everybody wants to put on 35s, I should say. I like them. I like the looks. But you just have too many other things to worry about. Other than raising the front of the truck up, which I did, I didn't have to do anything else, and I don't have any rubbing. No rubbing, not even a little. It's the perfect solution for me. Next up, number three, the black mirror caps and door handles. I actually just did the door handles today, the day that I am making this video, I guess, and I love the look. I think it's awesome. Might not be everybody's cup of tea. I don't know. A lot of people I've seen on other YouTube channels and things have said that it makes the truck look cheap, like you're trying to go backwards, like it's a more base level truck. I don't know what they're talking about. I think they're living 5 years ago, because in today's market, they're putting black door handles and even black mirrors on a lot of the upper trim levels. It's an upper trim level feature, I guess. And I think that's what it does for the Toyota Tacoma. It just amps up the look a little bit. Plus, everything matches my theme on the truck, right? Which is basically black, red, and I guess a little bit of bronze if you look at the wheels, right? Next up, number four, front window tint. You know, I've tinted every vehicle I've bought, I think, except for the Tesla, which I'm probably still going to do. But I've tinted every vehicle that I've bought the last many vehicles, right? And there's two reasons I do it. One is to keep the damn sun out of my eyes. I don't like when I'm on the freeway or something, maybe I'm trying to merge, I look left and then I'm blinded by the sun, right? Window tint gets rid of that. I can look pretty much at the sun now and I don't have a big problem. By the way, I went with 20%. It is not legal. Do that at your own risk. I, of course, had to sign a paper when I was at the window tinters acknowledging that I was aware that I wasn't legal and that they weren't going to be responsible if I get a ticket. I know that, right? The second reason is looks, aesthetics. I think window tint on any vehicle, I don't care what you're driving. You could drive a Hugo and it would look awesome. Well, maybe not on a Hugo, but it certainly would look better. Same thing for the Toyota Tacoma. It now matches the rear windows because if you didn't know, your rear windows back are tinted. They come that way from the factory. I did not tint everything all the way around, nor did I want to. While I'm talking about tint, let me mention one other thing that I know I'm going to get questions about. Did I tint the windshield? And the answer to that is no, I did not. I never tint windshields. It's just not my thing. I don't know. It's a personal preference. I can't say that I don't like it. I really do like it, but it's just for some reason putting something up in front of my eyes that I need to be able to see, particularly at night when it's dark, it just doesn't jive with me. Again, it's a personal preference kind of thing. Next up, number 5, the Sport Bar. Love the Sport Bar on the truck. I think it kind of smooths out that little overhang on the back. You know, that baseball cap like thing. It kind of makes that blend in a little better with the truck. I think it's a better look. Plus, I think it makes the truck look more aggressive. Now, there is a functional purpose to it, sort of, and that is if you want to put lights up top back there, you know, pointing over the cab, you can do that. I haven't done that, nor am I going to do that because, full disclosure, I am going to be taking the Sport Bar off. Not because I don't like it, I love it, I think it looks awesome, but because I'm going to do a different mod back there that's really more functional, I guess, and I wanted to try something else on this truck, really to see what it looks like and give me a little bit more use out of the bed. I'm going with a tonneau cover, in case you hadn't figured it out. Should be pretty easy to do. I've done a couple of them before on other trucks, so not a bad mod, and I found one for, I don't know, right around $700, so it's not going to break the bank. Some of those things are pretty darned expensive. It is a hard tonneau cover. I believe it's, well, I know, it's a trifold, right? Should work pretty good and give me more access to the bed, or use of the bed, I should say. Last up, I have one more that I have to mention, another kind of polarizing mod, I guess. I like it, and that is the color-matched Toyota grille emblem. I took that thing off, I sprayed it with the color of the truck, so it's supersonic red, to match the truck. Now, it was black to begin with. Nothing wrong with that, just kind of blended into the grille, and I wanted something that popped a little bit more, right? And I certainly get it with that badge on the front. I mean, you can't miss it. You don't have any question, I guess, that this is a Toyota product when you see it on the road. I love it. I think it's cool, and the good thing about that is I can always go back to black if I want, or maybe I'll paint it purple one day. No, I won't, but I could. Anyway, that's my top 5, top 6, really. I gave you a bonus top 6 list of, or top 5 list of Toyota Tacoma mods. So far, the best Toyota Tacoma mods, in my opinion. Again, leave that comment, let me know. What's your number 1? I only need one. What's your number 1 most favorite or best 2024 Tacoma mod? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.